Hi everyone, this is a short video really just to show you that there are some new Posca pen colours out on the market at the moment. As soon as I saw these I made a spontaneous purchase. I knew that if there was any new Posca colours I needed to add them to my collection. Now there's a lot of different colouring materials, pens, pencils that come out onto the market and you know I can take them or leave them, but whenever it's new Posca colours I always make sure I get them because they're so versatile. With the opacity, you can just put them over the top of anything you've messed up or anything at all. Even if you've done a beautiful coloured pencil piece but you just want to add some embellishments and some texture over top, these are completely opaque and they will just cover anything, and you can create some beautiful, like I say, textures with them, like dappled tree leaves and stuff like that. So what I thought I'd do today is show you the brand new colours. So they come in a pack of 8. They're called deep colours and I've got this pack in medium nib, which is 1.8 to 2.5. And they're all new colours apart from one. This one here is Ivory and I already have that colour, so I know that it's not a brand new colour. The rest of them, however, are. So what I'm going to do is get them out, and then we can swatch them out against the other Poscas that I have in my collection and see where they'd fit in, make sure that they're not too close to other colours and just see what they're like really. So I'll tip them all out. And like I say, Ivory is not a new colour. I don't know why it was added in there really. Maybe it just went nicely with the other colours, I don't know. Have to find out, but I'll put that one to one side. There's Ivory, by the way, just in case you wondered what it looked like. And then we'll go from light to dark. So the first colour that I've picked out is Ochre. So obviously it's going to be over here in the orange yellow section. I'm just going to add it as its own swatch for now so that we can see what it looks like. And you can see that I've already primed and pumped these markers ready to write with, because when you first get them the tip will be completely dry and brand new and you have to sort of pump the marker and shake it until all the paint flows down. So that's Ochre. Now let me label it before I forget what's what. So Ochre is probably closest to me on here to being a darker version of the straw yellow. So if I just put a bit of that Ochre next to the straw yellow, you can see what I mean about it being tonally darker. So that's great. It's completely different to anything else we've got on here. Next, let's go for this one. It's called Ruby Red, but the cap seems to have a bit of a brownish tinge to it. So these are meant to be deep colours, so I'm expecting earthy tones. So Ruby Red. It is a lot redder than it looks on the cap when it's on paper. I would definitely put it in the red section rather than the brown section, and I would say that it's a little bit lighter actually than dark red. If I just put this down here, you should see what I mean. It's a little bit lighter than that, but it's definitely darker than the standard red colour. Then we've got this one, which is Raspberry, which I think might be my favourite of the new colours. I adore this kind of, it's almost like a vintage pink, but it's darker and deeper. So Raspberry, and straight away I can tell this is going to go next to the fuchsia. So if I again put just a little bit of this Raspberry underneath, it is quite similar. I think the Raspberry is much pinker. But probably on camera you can't really tell a huge lot of difference between fuchsia and raspberry. So I would say if you've already got fuchsia, probably don't need to get the raspberry one. If you're collecting them one by one, they are very, very similar indeed. So then we have a purple, but actually it's called Prussian Blue. So it looks to me like a purple on the cap. Let's see how it comes out. Okay, yeah, it's definitely a blue, but there are definite shades of purple within there as well. Prussian Blue. You can see I'm very neat when I'm doing my swatches. So again, with it being sort of a kind of purplish tone, but still definitely a blue, I would say that it would go underneath violet, probably over here, if you were doing this as, you know, like a colour family chart. But it is definitely a blue, so I kind of want to put it with the navy as well. But no, I think it's definitely more purplish than it is blue, so I would put it after violet. This is just a random video that I've just come and sat down and decided to do with no planning. English green. So I just thought, you know, whenever new colours come out, it's kind of like an obsession, isn't it? You want to see what the colours are and sort of have a look and make sure that it's nothing you're missing. So I thought everybody would appreciate seeing the brand new colours. seeing if they're ones that you would like to buy. So English green, it's very much like an English green, a racing green, and it's unlike anything that we've got on the chart really. I would say that it was between the green and the khaki green, although they're completely different shades. Yeah, I would definitely put it here underneath the standard Posca green, because I think that you could probably get away with making that a darker version of the green. If you were doing something like a tree and you were dotting on colours and wanting to make a bit of shadow, it would definitely go with the green there. Next up we have a Cacao Brown. I'm probably saying that completely wrong. I'm just going to say Cocoa Brown because cacao sounds a bit odd. And that is a definite reddish brown. So let me just label that. So with it being a reddish brown, I'm thinking it's going to go over here. Just looking at it, it looks like it could also be a deeper version of the brown, but it definitely sits near this red wine colour as well. So I'm just going to put it in between there and you can decide what you think. And then finally we have deep grey. So we only have 2 greys in the Posca, or I do anyway. These are just the colours I've got. I think I've got most of them though. And this is, how would I describe this? So deep grey. Just looking to see if it's warm or cool. Sometimes it can take a sec to figure it out, but I think it is a warm grey. So whereas slate grey is kind of bluish, but definitely on the cooler side, grey itself is very much a warm grey, an elephant grey. So I'm going to put deep grey under here. But I do think that these are different sides of the tonal spectrum. So obviously if you're doing something really light grey and then very dark grey, almost black, you would use that colour. So that's it really. It's just a very quick, random, not very well thought out video just to show you the brand new colours, see how they match up with the rest of the Poscas that are available at the moment. I really like them. I do like unusual tones anyway, even though a lot of my work is very bright and vibrant. I do love those in between, deeper, kind of more unusual tones. So that's exactly what we've got here. As they are drying, I can see there is a slight difference to them, obviously from when they're wet, but I'd still say that they fit sort of where I've put them on the chart. And yeah, you can definitely tell raspberry is a little darker than the fuchsia. The fuchsia has definitely got more pink in there. And that Prussian blue is definitely on the purple side. So I would probably compare it to like a helio blue reddish colour like you get in polychromos pencils. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed that little slice of colour in your day. Let me know what you think. Of course there will be links in the description for you to buy these. I bought mine from Cult Pens, next day delivery. It's absolutely fantastic, and you can always rely on them. So that's the link that I'll put in the description, and I really hope you like them. So let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you soon on Colour with Claire.